Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. We're really excited to have you here today. My name is Brian, and my partner is Christian. Today, we'll be moderating a discussion with our speakers, Jericho Martin and Argo, Amal Kopana, and Brian Chapter tomorrow. Let's jump right into the topic today. On today's podcast, we'll be discussing the purpose of law in our society. Law is something we interact with every day, whether we realize it or not. It shapes how we behave, protect our rights, and help maintain order. But the big question is, does the law always work the way it's supposed to? A problem. And very much cases where the law is actually that protect the people and just the country. The law will be used. It is a tool for individuals find their critics to gain power or benefit from the people. Big question when the law always what the people what can to use. Benefit from the power. Yeah, that's correct. So in my opinion, the law is trying to create justice and balance in our society. But its effectiveness really depends on how it's applied and implemented. When the law is misused, it can harm public trust and even threaten justice instead of preventing it. But I don't think this is just a one-sided issue. So I would like to hear from the others. What are your opinions on the purpose of law and how do you see cases where the law is abused? Okay, so, Brian Jaffa, what are your opinions on the purpose of law and how do you see cases where the law is to create here, the purpose of law, to create order, but why to ensure justice. I honestly, how easy does it to hear what cases where the law is abused, especially when it's used to benefit certain individuals or clients. And in my opinion, when the law is being used like this, it doesn't just harm the victim, it also damages public trust in the legal system. And the law should be a shield for people and others. Maybe after you put the acknowledge, almost I agree with why you have love. I agree that it is saying that the law is not just used, but from the being point of view, the law kind of works ways with them. It helps prepare people, whether you like them or not. If you think that they're innocent or they're guilty, but that means that it's equal, means that it's how society. I like the point brought by Brian in regards to, and also Brian Fernando, on who is used for detail. Paul, in one of his epistles, wrote that government or public officials are chosen or working under the authority of God. That means they were appointed, they were trusted. Should they abuse their power, that would be a quote unquote a sin, a rebellion against the authority of God. So I like the point brought by Brian and Brian with them. And the law, the Bible talks about a lot about law. Proverbs 24, 25, where it says that it is not right for a guilty person to be considered innocent, and it's definitely not right for an innocent person to be called guilty. So the Bible talks a lot of things about the law. So what do you guys think? I think what you think is right. And in my opinion, the Bible verses that you share, they really emphasize the justice. And it's not just a legal concept, but also a moral responsibility. And it goes with the force of the law, fully live by these values. Our cases of peace of God will be much less common. And it reminds us that integrity is always not important. However, I think that preliminarily, because we shouldn't just assume that somebody is guilty as well. People have it in their thoughts that justice is what they think in their mind, while if they have it out for the one that they really think are wrong. But in reality, the
case of law is that you're always innocent until you. I think a lot of people often forget about that and focus on the fact that people can buy their way out of the court process and win legal battle typically and money.
That's a very good point. You know, for instance, we take a example, Jesus. The law is clear. Sin to hell. Very clear. That's the law of God, right? That's the law of sin. We all fall short of the glory of God, Romans says. We are not supposed to go to heaven. But I like the point brought by Abel there regarding sort of love and compassion, and that we must have something behind these normal provisions, these normal writings of, hey, you're guilty of this, you will do this and this. We must look behind the scenes and understand what actually happens. And that's something that our Lord does. We do know, like I said, the law is clear in the Bible. You said people you do hell. But Jesus didn't break the law, he fulfilled the law. He said he came to fulfill the law. He didn't came to abolish it. Rather, he became the lamb. He sacrificed himself on behalf of us. So that's a very good point there, where there must be a nexus, a difference between actually enforcing the law and also upholding social justice and social harmony. Exactly.
I would like to remind that also before his conviction, he was also brought to trial by the Pharisees, who already had in their conviction that he is guilty, which is why there isn't any form of fair, there isn't any form of fair judgment in which results conviction being crucified. And I think that as well as Christians, that we would like to try to avoid the same thing that we should try to be back from people. So we do have things as here humans after all, we should try to refer to what Bible tells us about compassion and justice. And ever, wrong like that.
So talking about compassion and justice, do you have any other supporting Bible verse that support your statement about that? And also those who prevent for people instead they Bible the law. From the aforementioned Proverbs 24 to 45, that's going to be the most common, the most common word that we hear every Sunday. Love the Lord. There is one and the greatest commandment of all. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the primary command. This law by itself suffices how we should live. Because ultimately, what is law? As mentioned, law is to uphold peace and security, and so that everybody can live a normal and good life. We hold this value, love the Lord, and then the vertical is good, the horizontal will be also good between humans. Which is the second command, love thy neighbor as thyself. Then I think that fulfills the law, that fulfills how we as humans, especially as Christians, as salt and light of the world, to enact, do things. But what do you think, Brian?
Yeah, that's going through. Thank you for your sharing Bible verses and thank you for your social opinion. From my previous personal skills that the law of rigorous justice give us a key and complexion. And those values are basic. The law serves its full purpose it becomes easier for us because the law has no power to protect us. I think this discussion really shows how law and moral values are closely connected.
What we end this discussion on my state in my opinion that a good law, this law, that law ethics, accountability and the public awareness is also principle. No matter how good the law is, it can be one day used for bad. You know, and yeah, that's it.
What do you think is a good law?
Good law. Well, anyway, a good law is a law that protects the people, that tries to create just something society. Don't have any characteristics. You're actually of this law, and really that I don't have. But yeah, anyway, that should have our discussion at the time. Before I end this podcast, I'd like to say thank you to our three speakers, our three talented speakers, I think. And thank you for watching this podcast.